Who's scruffy looking?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Talking with My Hans channel. I got another Star Wars Squadrons video for you today. A new developer diary. I'm looking at my computer right now. I guess it's not a developer diary. They call it a pilot's briefing. But it's a little article on how they made the game. And they confirmed a few things for us in this article. One of which is all of the starfighters that will be in the game. The other is how the power management system will go, and then how they made the cockpits for the starfighters and little intricacies like that. I got a whole video for you planned right here. We're going to go through it all. I just wanted to get out of the way the first thing they covered in this pilot's briefing, I guess they're calling it, and that's the fact that the 8 starfighters that we saw in the trailer are the only starfighters that they have incorporated into the game right now. That would be the X-Wing, the Y-Wing, the A-Wing, the U-Wing, all of those for the New Republic, and then of course the TIE Fighter, the TIE Interceptor, the TIE Bomber, and then the TIE Reaper Carrier for the Imperial faction. We talked about how they kind of confirmed that there wasn't going to be any DLC. I get it, I understand it, I'm not too happy about it, but whatever, you know I'll be first in line to get this game anyway. You can count on that. Alright, so let's get into how the power management system is going to work, and then we'll cover a couple of the other intricacies in this article. Alright, let's get to it. Like I just said, one of the big things that they covered in this article is the power management system and what kind of bonuses you're going to get for each particular subsystem if you overload their ability. So obviously there are 3 different power management systems: engines, lasers, and shields, and for most of the time they say if you balance them out you're going to be in pretty good shape, but there will be times where you're going to want more power to your engines, or you're going to want more firepower, or want that extra shielding. Obviously, if you divert all your power to your engines, you're going to get a pretty powerful speed boost to your starfighter. This is something that every starfighter will have. TIE fighters, X-Wings, Y-Wings on both sides. They will all have this ability to have a speed boost if you overload your engines. But if you want an extra little power boost to your weapons, you're going to want to overcharge your lasers. Apparently, it makes them much more powerful, and it almost doubles your output of lasers that come out of your ship. So this could be really good if maybe you're attacking hard points on different capital ships, or if you're really just tired of that one guy that's annoying you. This is probably the ability you're going to want to use. Again, this is another thing that all of the ships will have. Both Imperial and New Republic will both have the engine overcharge and the laser overcharge ability. Now, for all the New Republic ships, and then exclusively the TIE Reaper, you'll be able to double the power on your shields if you overcharge them. There'll be 200% more shielding if you overcharge them. So this could be, again, really good if you're running down a capital ship and the turbo lasers are firing at you, or maybe you got 2 or 3 guys on your tail and you just need that extra little bit of health to stay alive. Now, credit to the developing team, they realized that all of the TIE fighters, like the Bomber, the Interceptor, and the standard TIE, don't have shields. So instead, they have something else for the regular TIEs. For the regular TIEs, you'll be able to flip back and forth between full power on your lasers and your engines almost at will. So it kind of balances out the starfighters that way, being able to bounce back and forth in a TIE fighter, and a TIE Interceptor or a TIE Bomber will be able to maybe help you in an emergency situation if you're really going down quickly, whereas the other starfighters will be able to plan their attack a little bit more and overcharge an ability that they need the most. Another thing you might have guessed, that having these maxed out all the time probably isn't going to be the best strategy, just because if you're maxed out on one of the components, that'll probably mean the other 2 are very, very diminished. So, for example, if you have your lasers fully powered up, you're definitely going to be going a lot slower than everybody else on the battlefield, so you'll want to use them sparingly so that you are at least equally as competitive as everybody else. Another thing they quickly covered is the hull integrity, or your ship health of each of your starfighters. Apparently, your ship's health will not automatically regenerate, unlike your shields of your ship. You will be able to repair them if you have that ability, or if you find something on the battlefield that'll help you repair, but like I just said, the shields will be able to regenerate over time, but once those shields go down and your ship starts taking hits, you won't be able to repair unless you have a special repair ability. Another thing that they covered real quickly at the end of the article is that some countermeasures will have limited ammo like torpedoes and mines, but your lasers will be unlimited and they'll recharge, I guess similar to how your gun will recharge in Battlefront 2. I think the most fun part about this article was reading about how they work closely with ILM and Lucasfilm on how to design some of these cockpits and how they would have designed them back in the 70s and the 80s if they were actually making them for real. So these aren't just video game sets that are thrown together willy-nilly. They actually went through and thought about how a real person would have made these. And not only that, they tried to put themselves into a fictional sort of light where they asked, how would Scion Fleet Systems make this, or Incom? So it's really cool to see how much detail and how much attention they put into the Star Wars universe and how closely they're paying attention to the lore. Finally, the last thing that they mentioned in this article, and one thing I cannot wait to try out, is the instruments only mode. So basically this clears out the entire heads-up display on your screen and it completely makes you rely on only using the instruments in the ship. I can't wait to slip on my VR and have my hands on throttle stick or whatever I decide to buy from Amazon and just dive totally into this game. I actually can't wait for this to come out. And I know you guys can't wait either. If this is getting you excited, or if you found something in this article that I didn't mention in this video, make sure you put it in the comments. I want everybody super amped about this game because I know I am. All right, until next time, I'll see you guys later.
We speak up, they will lose us.